love in books, is it a trope? You tell me. Is when the character, or when you meet a new character and you get a little backstory to them. Usually it's like a paragraph long, but it's just a little fun fact backstory, and then you go into the rest of the story. I just love that in a book, and the Da Vinci Code is giving me that, guys. I'm loving it. I find it hilarious that what's his name, Dan Brown, thinks that British people don't have coffee. Like, somebody heating up Nescafe in the microwave because the people didn't want tea, they wanted coffee. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I mean, this book is kind of ridiculous, but I love it because it's ridiculous. Do you know what I mean? I'm absolutely, it is so cheap thrills. Is that right? Am I being mean? I know, it's like the end of every chapter and there's like a little cliffhanger. You're like, oh, and I love it. I love it. I'm on page 510 now. So I've about 100 pages left, maybe a little bit under. Let's see what happens in the end. I'm so excited. And then I can't wait to watch the movie.
It's funny how
Is it open that you can pop your head in? We're on an evening walk. Sean thinks I'm really underhill. He may be right. Fuming. A few chapters ago, I was gonna say, God, wouldn't it be? I've read something wrong, and then I went back and reread it. I was like, did that say Lee Teabing went into the Westminster Abbey and didn't set off the thing? I was like, no, but he's taken care of him. He's, well, apparently dead. And I was like, no. And I was like, oh my God, maybe the teacher is Lee Teabing. So I went back and read the sentence again, and then I reread the sentence, and nowhere did it say Lee Teabing. And I was like, God, I just totally misread that. And then I said, wait, what if my mind subconsciously made me read that because the teacher actually is Lee Teabing? Wouldn't that be crazy? And I'm so annoyed I didn't come on and say it, but I was right. Or my weird misreading that wasn't there actually told me the truth. Isn't that really strange? Anyway, guys, I must go on. That was disappointing. I've been to the library, I've been to the charity bookshop. No Angels and Demons. No sign of Angels and Demons. I really thought I'd get them there because I feel like it's just such a popular book. It's something that someone would always put in. But they didn't have it. So I also went to the bookstore and I was like, will I buy it? And it was like 10 quid for an ugly looking book. So let's see how much it is on the Kindle. So I love the Da Vinci Code. You guys, I loved it. I loved it. It was such a did I say this already? Like cheap thrills. Well, clearly I loved it since I'm going to my Kindle now to hopefully get the prequel, which I actually didn't realise the Angels and Demons was the first one, so I probably should have read that first. But I don't think it matters. Angels. Okay, if it's more than 3 quid, I'm not buying it. It should be 99p, it's that old. Angelus and Demonus. I'm assuming this is when he's in the Vatican. This is such an old Kindle. It just, I tell you what, it takes. Now that's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about, y'all. Bye. Boop. Boop. Guys, I'm gonna stay outside soon, get a bit of sun, and start Angels and Demons since I finished Da Vinci Code yesterday. And like my sister said to me, she's like, very unlike you to read a prequel or a sequel straight after. I always kind of like read one and then follow it up, but I'm just straight on to the next one, or the first one, should I say. I love Da Vinci Code and I don't care who knows it. If you say a thing about my eyebrows, we're not friends anymore, okay? She's looking good. No, they're a bit darker than usual, but they're always really intense when I just get them done. They are particularly looking a bit much. Sean's gonna have a field day when he gets home. Anyway, I am about halfway through Angels and Demons. I haven't come on yet because I'm actually just starting to really like it now. Before, I don't know. What I loved about the Da Vinci Code is that there was very little romance to it and not much about Langdon. Now it makes sense, like as in his backstory, who he is, and it makes sense that obviously because this is the first book, you obviously get to look at this spot, guys. Sick of this shit. You obviously have to get to know Langdon a little bit so you get his backstory. And I'm like, oh, I don't care. You're friends with all the students and where is he? In Harvard? Yale? I was like, come on now. There's something icky about a professor who's friends with students, in my opinion. So I was like, I didn't need to know that about Langdon. And also, just like talking about how good looking he is. And I'm like, stop. But that is kind of a little bit gone now, or it has gone. And I also just didn't like the start of the book. It didn't capture me like the Da Vinci Code did straight away. However, guys, we are now on the path of illumination and I am very much enjoying it. We're getting back, we're in Rome. We are in Rome. So we are having fun. It is like the Da Vinci Code in the way that there's the thing, and it's the like I like to say, the cheap thrills, but it's definitely not as good as Da Vinci Code, but I'm still loving it. I'm still like, yeah, this is a book now I pick up and I'll read and a page turn. So yeah. The thing I don't think I'm enjoying as much about this one is it's a lot more gruesome. The villain, the one you know of in this book, is just a bit not stereotype, but he's a bit ridiculous, if I'm being honest. And this whole sexual thing with him, I just am like, whatever. I'm still loving it, guys. I'm still loving it, but I'm just giving my critical thinking. And I also think I've guessed the twist that's going to happen. However, let's see. I'll come back to you and let you know if I was right or wrong. 79% of the way through, I am on page 492. Yes, I was right. I was right about who the baddie was. And I kind of knew from when I first met him. I was like, oh, he's going to be the one. So I think that's disappointing, but also it was good either way. I'm still reading, but that's just been revealed. And also, I think that's why I'm glad I read the Da Vinci Code first, because I preferred that book anyway. And it was all a surprise. And I feel like once you read somebody's book, well, especially for me, I don't know if anyone else, I was like, okay, if it's going to be a similar twist than the last one, it's got to be this guy. You know what I mean? Anyway, guys, I'm gonna finish it tonight. I finished it last night, guys. I am getting ready to go into the office. It is the hottest day of the year so far, I reckon. 32 degrees. It's gonna be, Sean. That's the hottest day of the year so far.
I can't believe that. I can't believe it.
Did I?
Yeah.
God, I forgot what I speak when I say. Anyway, and you know what? I still really loved it, but oh, actually, because you might read it.
Yeah, no spoilers.
Oh, I'll have to talk to you on my way into the office because Sean might read it. Talk to you in a minute. So I was rudely interrupted by Sean. Back my lane, got my iced coffee. And yeah, so I really liked Angels and Demons, probably 4 out of 5 for me, and Da Vinci Code was 5 out of 5. Angels and Demons for me, like I said before, all my other things, and also how forgiving, and like, don't get me wrong, I felt sorry for Carlo at the end, but the way it made this whole thing of him actually being a pope for 17 minutes and then he got to lie with his dad, which obviously it's horrific, you killed your dad, but he also did this horrific thing to these cardinals, the pope, and I don't know, I was like, no, that's a bit gratuitous. I preferred how it ended in Da Vinci Code. Yeah, it was a bit like, oh yeah, let's make everything okay again, when I actually just felt like disgusted by everything that had happened, even though I love that part. Don't get me wrong, like I like gruesome stuff, but I was like, he should at least be held accountable for what he did. And probably enjoys setting himself alight. Yeah, so I don't know. I just didn't like it as much as Da Vinci Code. As a sign off from this vlog, stay to me, I am literally quite hungover and going away tomorrow. And it's really hot in London. I feel like I'm losing my mind. The reason I made this video is because some people will categorically say Dan Brown is a really bad writer, and maybe he is, but he also made a page turner. And that, you know, if you go into a book and you're there to criticize that part of it, I totally get it. But for me, especially the Da Vinci Code was such a fun read, and that is why my title is called what I'm titled. And also, people need to realise a book, a novel, is a work of fiction. And yeah, it's not like I'm thinking these are like the epitome of great writing and amazing prose. No, I don't think they're that at all, but I also found them really fun. But I did realise after reading the Da Vinci Code that the Angels and Demons took on a similar kind of idea, and like that's why I could figure out who the baddie was. So I can understand if you read more, and I probably won't even read more, but I really enjoyed reading the Da Vinci Code for the first time, and I enjoyed Angels and Demons as well. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and see you on the next one.